Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a huge side-by-side comparison for the camera, and that is the Galaxy S7 Edge versus the iPhone 6s Plus. Now, when it comes to our camera comparisons, we compare four different categories. The first thing we compare is low light, followed by detail, then color reproduction, and then finally the all-important selfie. So let's go right into it and start comparing. With the first picture, you can definitely see a huge difference. I mean, I really did a double take when I saw this, but yes, the S7 Edge blows away every single camera in this comparison when it comes to low light. Definitely when you can see the two of them side by side, you definitely see just a much richer, better looking low light on the Galaxy S7 compared to the iPhone 6s Plus. The lens flare that you're getting from the light post is greatly over exaggerated on the iPhone 6s Plus, where it's much more tamed on the S7 Edge. Similarly to the concrete is more of a realistic color as we see it right here, and definitely just the overall building is more sharper and more detailed in comparison to the one on the iPhone here where it's just faded and dark. So yes, overall when it comes to a low light photo, you definitely want to go with the Galaxy S7 Edge. Now, when we go into the next photo, this is the detailed photo. And there is one important difference that we're already seeing with the overexposure, underexposure between the two. So the iPhone 6s Plus definitely tends to overexpose with a just general house light in the room. And you can see it's kind of faded out the colors, especially when it comes to blacks. The S7 Edge possibly underexposes that, which is basically the blacks are really black and dark, but they're just not as you would expect it to be a little bit brighter on the side of the S7 Edge. So, making that aside, let's go into the detail. Now, on both of these phones, I did press the PS3 button right here for the focus area and then took the photo. And when it comes to these two, I will say this, neither did an amazing job in terms of detail as we really go into it. But you can definitely see that the PS3 is clear here, but even the PS4, there's nothing really sharp on the iPhone photo, and definitely kind of runs off where you can't see any of the titles very clearly on the PS3 side. Now for the S7, you can't see it that clearly on the PS3 side, but you can definitely see it clearly on this side. The clarity is definitely better on the PS4 labels across here, and you just get a much more finer print and more detail on the S7 Edge for this area. It did get more in focus as opposed to the iPhone, which just kind of has a haze all over it. So overall, when it comes to detail, although they are both 12 megapixel cameras, not all 12 megapixel cameras are created equal, and this is a good reason to show why. So yes, when it comes to detail, the S7 Edge is going to be the better between the two. However, when you go to color reproduction, it's almost the exact opposite. With color reproduction, the S7 and S7 Edge units, at least we have, tend to have a real trouble with green. The iPhone 6s isn't exactly where you want it to be with this Android statue, but it's much more accurate than this green yellow you have going on the S7 Edge. And that goes for almost all of the color accuracy on here. It really just stands out when it comes to these two, that overall you do have better color reproduction on here with the green definitely standing out the most. However, some areas are very washed out, as in this box is actually very washed out, and this one does a little bit more of an accurate job depicting how the colors are actually quite punchy on the box. When it comes to this area, though, again, the iPhone tends to have a overexposed shot, but in this case, it allows it to have a bit more detail in the background here than you see on the S7, where it kind of blends it in. So overall, in terms of color reproduction, the iPhone 6s is definitely going to be the better one for color reproduction. between these two. And then when it comes to selfies, the first thing you'll definitely notice is the S7 Edge has a much wider shot compared to the iPhone 6s Plus. So if you want to take a selfie, you're already going to be a lot better with the S7 Edge just for how much more you get in the shot. This is taken at the same distance, but you get just so much more in your shot with the S7 Edge. Now, where the iPhone also does underperform, unfortunately, is the overexposure test. So this underexposure right here, you just get a lot of noise and fuzziness on this side, and you can't really see the stairwell as much because of the bright light over here. Whereas on the S7 Edge, it does do a good job of correcting both, having a clear visible area right here without as much noise or fuzziness. And you definitely get a stairwell that you can actually see clearly with the bright light at top. So overall, yes, the S7 Edge is definitely going to be the phone you want to use for your selfie taking between these two. So to recap, the low light is going to go to the S7 Edge, as well as the detail is going to be better on the S7 Edge. The color reproduction, though, will be better on the iPhone 6s Plus, and the selfies will be better on the S7 Edge. So overall, it's a 3-to-1, and yes, for camera taking, the S7 Edge is going to be your better overall device for your camera comparison. Alright guys, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up down below. This has been RICKY, the